Hey, it's V,
And I'm D.
and we're back with part two of our 12-month review. Again, we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary, so we just wanted to take some time to acknowledge the things that we've learned in this first year of marriage. So here we are for part two. If you haven't seen part one, then go back and look, please. Thank you. So to start, you want to start with the 7 things that we learned?
Oh, okay, that's cool. So the seventh thing that we had learned, was for better or for worse. And for us, that experience came as soon as we got married. So when we got married, we had just lost our father, her father. We had a funeral 2 weeks before our marriage, and right then and there was we went from a happy time to grieving. So we really got to enjoy, our wedding. Not saying that we didn't enjoy it, but we really got to really fully enjoy it because we went into grieving right after. And so that was the worst thing that we had went through so far in our marriage. So I think that really fortified us and really concealed us as a unit early on. You want to chime in?
So during that experience, that came even before we said I do, before we even made that vow out loud. It was just something that we had to experience and learn early what that looked like, what that meant. And so what I learned through that experience is that because he was with me, you know what I mean? He was at my side. He allowed me the space to grieve how I needed to. He allowed me to just have a moment to myself or whatever I needed. He was right there. He was patient. He wasn't even when he didn't understand, when he didn't understand what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what I was experiencing, because grief hit differently, when it's, when it's close, basically, like that. And so when he didn't understand what I was experiencing or what was happening with me, he was still patient, you know what I mean? He wasn't trying to rush me through or anything. He was just understanding. He was I'm here, how could I help? And that just showed me, that he took that part seriously, for better or for worse, and so that was just one thing. Other thing finances, the ups and downs of our finances. More recently, I literally just left my job. June 28th was my last day working in working for somebody else, working in the agency, and even through that, he could have been hold up, we ain't, what you doing, because I didn't have a safety net. I didn't have anything. I'm just okay, well, I'm just about to launch full time into entrepreneurship. And so he could have been hold up, we ain't doing that just yet, but he's been okay, well, you got a vision. I trust you, I trust God, and that's that. So those are just some of the examples of, for better or worse, that we've experienced. And again, I just learned that he really meant that he stood by that, and so did I, just the same, just different experiences that we've had. I've learned that we were committed to that, that we have been committed to that. And that part doesn't have to be hard, it's really what you put into it, if you
I think you really have to have going into hard times. You got to be willing to just learn from one another. Be willing to learn, like, well, okay, where you're not good at, and be able to learn from that. Like when she was going through grief, and like we both were grieving differently. But when we're going through it, it's just, I had to learn when was the right time, to comfort her, or when to just get involved and let her have her moment. Because it's like, at first, it's like, as soon as she cried, it's like, okay, I have to do something.
He would be like I would cry or whatever. Then he rush in, just grab me, head, put me in a headlock and everything. And I'm like, because again, physical touch, that's how he shows his love. So and I'm like, if I'm crying, just allow me. You don't gotta put your arm on me. You don't have to anything. Just sit there through the awkwardness. If it's awkward for you, imagine how awkward it is for me. So, I think one time, I just know the latest time, which was a couple of months ago, cause I had got something in the mail. Oh yeah, I had got something in the mail, cause my dad had stayed with me, so I got something in the mail, and it was a letter, it was some mail for my dad, and so I opened it, I'm looking at it. And then I got emotional. I start crying and stuff. And so instantly he's like, what's wrong? What's going on? And it's like, you want me to do the awkward, you know how when you cry and then you trying to talk and it's just so I'm not about to do that. So I'm just like, give me a moment, let me get this out, and then I can talk. And he's grabbing me again with the headlock. I'm like, can you please just hold on. No, but afterwards, I was able to tell him, talk to him. It wasn't, it was just the content of the letter. It just made me emotional and everything. But, just being able to understand what we both need from each other in that moment. So those are the worst parts, but the for betters, celebrating and honoring each other, celebrating each other's accomplishments. We're both really big on that, really big on just acknowledging it, just celebrating one another, achievements, accomplishments. We've both had some major things, major accomplishments, just in this last year with him finishing school, finishing his degree. There he go burping again. I told you don't ever burp until he get on camera. But anyway, he graduated, finished his degree, got a new job. What else?
Fell in love every day with the love of my life.
No, yeah, so just for better part, celebrating with each other.
And with you, so starting her new job, the new business was a milestone. It's just something that was new, and I celebrated her for that one too, and still celebrating her for her stepping out, and when she didn't even know what was gonna happen, she stepped out, and I always encourage her and admonish her for her stepping out. That's a big deal.
Yes. Thank you, baby. Okay, finances. So we kind of mentioned a little bit of that in the previous one. Let me see what else. So I learned that we need help. For real. We need to be more disciplined with our money, more managing it better, saving, just being responsible. And so lately that's what we've been doing, just hitting a reset and cutting back on our spending, cutting back on leisure things and just unnecessary spending, really. Yeah, we are doing things intentional. I mean, so it's so bad, it's really bad. We someone had gifted us with what is it, Dave Ramsey financial fit
Financial Peace University.
Yes. Before we even got married, when we as a gift though. So a couple of months before we got married, somebody had gifted that to us, and every day. So when we first got it, we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch it tonight. Tonight would come, we didn't watch it. The next night, okay, we're gonna watch it. And that was we said that for like forever basically, and literally just last week we're just now starting that program, like, and it's so bad just because like we've had all this time to really like get ourselves together, and I think God was just like, oh, you ain't gonna do it willingly, here you go, like, so yeah, that's where we are, like financially just trying to get our lives together.
Yes. And we're doing it.
Yes.
And we're doing it.
Yes we are. So yep. Anything else about that, about finances?
You know, you just kind of like really like just like looking back, you just kind of like, I know we both like we always talked about like just where we are financially, like, and just looking back, we know that we, like you said, we just been doing bad with it. So in retrospect, we just learned how, you know, we need to moving forward, you know, focus on building in our financial in our finances. Just focus on being consistent with, you know, saving, with even things that we need, like life insurance, like what else we talked about? Well, I know life insurance was one of them. Saving for our children, you know what I'm saying? Leaving something for our generations to come. So now we're just now getting into like really focusing on it, which in times past we didn't, you know. So yeah.
Differences. So like how we settle differences. So
it's number 3.
Or 10.
Yeah.
No.
That's not 10.
I don't know.
9.
Okay,
9.
So okay. So what I've learned about differences in this past year, or this first year of marriage, like that we both like to address or confront the issue like head on. Like neither of us are like, we'll talk about it later, or like let's just go to sleep on it or anything. Like we like to be direct and just address it. Like I've learned just like the timing of having conversations, you know, just like when's the right time to say certain things, to have like serious talks, or if I need to address something, knowing how to approach him, knowing when to approach him, and things like that. And not just being led by like my emotions, but like doing the self-check at first, like, okay, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling, why am I thinking or feeling like this? Like, what's the root behind that? Is it something that, you know, like, is it really something external? Is it him? Like, did he do something? Like, is this valid, or am I just being in my feelings? Or, you know what I mean? Like, or is this like based off of a root, you know what I mean? Like something that like an issue that I have, and I'm just like putting it on him or something. So just doing that self-check first has helped me to really just like be like, okay, it's not even worth it. Just get over it. Like, get over yourself. For real. And so after doing that, then if it's like still worth sharing with him or bringing it to him or whatever, then we'll go from there.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. Yeah, I was thinking more as far as differences, just how, like, you know, over the years, like I've learned that, you know, she's more driven as far as like just getting stuff done. Like, she's very like, I'm gonna get this like this. Like, as soon as she wakes up, she's on something. Versus me, you know, I'm more laid back, you know. I'm more laid back. I'll sit somewhere for a good hour before I do something.
Or two.
Or two.
Or three.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll sit somewhere.
Hour or two.
I can wake up and sit somewhere and be totally content before I do anything. Versus her, she's very...
Like, he needs that. He needs to... like, when he gets up, like, he's just not there. He's just not there.
Oh,
so that
man.
goes back to, like, the knowing the when and the how to approach him. Like,
Yep.
it's just... Yeah, if you don't give him that hour to just like be present or to work out whatever's going on up in here, it's just not. You're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be frustrated. So.
And it's also kind of because like the way we are, like she's more morning, I'm more night. So it's like it's good that we meet in the middle. So anytime before and after morning, like and before and after, like you know what I'm saying, the evening. It's a good time to talk, like somewhere in the middle. So if it's in the morning, I'm probably not gonna be ready and good. If it's in the evening, she's probably not gonna be ready good because she goes to sleep or she tires out around like 10, 9-ish, 8-ish, 7, sometimes. So
about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
She's ready to tap out. So
yeah.
Like I've learned that like so I'm more night, she's more morning. So like somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. It's a good time for us to communicate and talk. Mm-hmm. If it's too late, then you might kind of gotta wait till the next day.
And then I already told y'all that he works to 7 p.m. and then he gets home about, depending on the day, like or if his relief, had came on time, then it's 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock when he's getting home. Mm-hmm. The time that I'm like physically shutting down, mentally, emotionally, like I'm offline. So like you might see me, I'm here, but I'm just not, So I have to be intentional. Like I have to just, push through sometimes. Mm-hmm. And other times I just have to like be like, you know what, I just can't.
Mm-hmm. And so then we have to wait. The good thing is though, like, the way my schedule's set up, like I have off days now. So
like today.
Yes, and so we can just have time for ourselves, and time to rekindle our flame and just learn about each other again and keep checking up on each other and just spend some time, quality time with each other. So that's always good. Yeah.
Yep. So, what do you think about the way that we settle differences? What have you learned or something? And by differences, like disputes or conflict?
You know what? I don't know. As far as like us like having disputes and stuff like that and how we settle them, I agree with you. Like we both are like the ones we like to settle it right then and there. Sometimes though,
I'm tired. What time is it? Like 4 something? 5? I don't know.
Probably almost 5.
Okay, but what were we saying?
But I can't like pinpoint, how we settle differences. But all I do know is that like, if it's a heated discussion that we're having, I'm more prone to like still talking it out.
So like when you get frustrated, like your tone or
it changes.
Yeah. Or you just get like short, cause you like your baseline is playful, like jovial, like just positive energy. That's your baseline. So if you're not at baseline, then you can tell. Like, and so I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, and I don't know. But okay, so differences. Like I said, I just learned how.
That's a good question, cause like I like just thinking about our differences. Like I can't really like. So like I do not.
We have differences.
We do
almost every day.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like the type of differences we have is like
like
I can't pinpoint
goofy
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it is
goofy stuff. Yes, like him either doing something annoying on purpose.
Oh man.
Or I don't know. Or me wanting my way, and I won't even say that. Like me getting frustrated about like him keeping his shoes right there at the front of the door when you come in versus like putting them on the storage thing so I don't like trip over them or something like that. Like I don't know. Or him and Ember, which is our puppy, being annoying. I don't know. Who knows? But okay, moving on to fears.
Fears. Wow. Fears. So early on, fear was like my biggest struggle. Coming into it. So before we got married, before I proposed to her, I had a lot of fears as far as marriage and thoughts about marriage. I didn't know what marriage was essentially. I didn't know. I had a fear of just being a good husband, fear of being the person that she needed me to be, and through counsel, I've learned that that God He ordained this, and so I didn't have nothing to fear really per se. That my fears came from what I saw. I didn't see a lot of good, healthy marriages. I've only seen one good, healthy marriage in my family. That's my uncle and my aunt. That was the only good example of a marriage I saw. And other than that, like I was a single parent home, so I didn't really know what that looked like. Living with somebody who I thought was, at the time when I met her, I thought she was like high caliber, and she is high caliber. So it's like I was like here, and she was like all the way up here. So like I had a fear of just like being able to take care of her and be the husband she needed. But knowing that she loved me for who I was, and just experiencing that love from her, it gave me confidence to propose to her. And I'm glad that God able me to see, like, her genuine love for me and just acceptance of me. That really helped me move forward. She's very tired.
Yep, I need a nap. Okay, so continue. Sorry.
Nah, you good. Go ahead. Chime in.
I don't know if I have anything to say.
As far as fears.
No. Nope. I've just observed that, like, and we actually just had a similar conversation the other day when we were talking, like, in the car ride, going to eat, and we were talking about, like, the deliverance, and so, like, how he had mentioned before, like, fear would be stronghold or something in his life, but I've noticed that since we've gotten married, or even beforehand though, basically since he's gone through deliverance, like I haven't seen like fear. I haven't seen him, or at least allow fear to like stop him from making a decision, or stop him from doing things, like from taking a leap of faith or moving. Like I haven't seen that. So I think that that's something that you have overcome, and yeah. And as far as me, like I don't know, I think like I've learned that the gift of faith is like one of my spiritual gifts. I just like have, like, God will tell me something or show me something, and I'm like, okay, well, that's what it is. Like, or even if God like didn't tell me or show me something, it's like, okay, I want this, like, so, or this is what I'm believing for, and that's what it's gonna be, like. So yeah, that's that. One thing I can say, well, this is before this is before we got
light bulb.
This is before we got married though. But no, because so I was just talking to like Remnant about this the other day. And so I used to have this fear, like this legit fear of spiders, like really badly.
That's how some of our differences.
Oh, that caused like a major one, like a major disagreement. But again, that's when we were dating. But no, okay, pause. I want to tell the story. So we were like a couple months in, maybe like, so we were 3 months in. Yep, 3 months in. So into like dating. So I was about to go out of town and like at night. So this was about 8 o'clock or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what time it was, but it was in the evening. And so I had just got off work, got home. It's night. So like it was dark outside. So I pull up and he was supposed to meet me at my house. Like we were on the phone, like we were supposed to like meet up, like be there at the same time. So I get home. He's not there yet. I'm like, okay. I feel like I just told a story. Did we talk about this in one of the other videos?
I don't know what we're talking about. I think we were just talking about this in like a gathering with somebody.
Okay. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
So I get home and I walk up to my door and I see this huge spider. Like it's probably like, I don't know, like this big. No, exactly. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like it was that big. Like probably bigger. Probably like maybe like that big. Legit. So I walk up to my door and it's right there. Like right there at the threshold, the door threshold. Like I have to walk past this spider to go into my place, to go into my apartment. Okay, so I'm freaking out. Like, and it was hairy. It was thick. It was super black. It was just like scary. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, nah. So I go back to the car. I call him. I'm like, when are you coming? Like there's this spider or whatever. Explain to him. He's like, okay. He's like, I'm on my way. I'm about to come. He lived 5 minutes from me, y'all. 5 minutes. So maybe like 20 minutes go by. Not yet. So I call him. Hey, are you coming? It's still here. Like I have to get in the house, get my things, and then leave. Like we about to get on the road. And so time go by, like an hour, maybe 2, I don't know. It was forever. Like the whole eternity went by and he had not came. He still hadn't come. But not even just that. He's asking me, he's like you really, you can't just go in the house. You can't, like, just walk past it. It's just a spider. Just walk past it. Like, at that moment, I just felt like he don't care about me like he said he do.
He don't love me no more.
He don't love me like he said he do. Like, I was horrified. And then, by the time he got there, where the spider, y'all? Gone. Who knows where it went? Like, it could have, like, somehow gotten into my place. I don't know. But, yeah, that was one of the times where I was, like, really livid. Like, I was livid. Like, you don't care about me. Like, you don't care about my well-being. So, but anyway, yeah, that's the one fear that I did have, like fear of spiders. But like not anymore. I'm a G. Like I see a spider now, I'm like, what you want? But I mean, I still ain't gonna like try to touch it or pick it up. That's just because it's like it's gross, but it's not about me being scared. So anyway, okay, number 11, affirmations. So just affirming one another. Using words to affirm each other. It's nice to like hear good job, babe, or it's nice to hear like I'm proud of you, or oh my goodness, like I love how you did XYZ. Like just using that positive affirmation or those words of encouragement is really important to both of us, really. Like
I know she it made me feel good because a couple weeks ago I taught my first remnant, which is our teens class at Bible. It's not Bible study, but
midweek service.
We just had a discussion. We call it Bible.
It's not
study.
Bible study. It's midweek service.
I taught my first one, and I thought it was okay. I thought it, you know what I'm saying. It was my first time, so I was very nervous, very just nervous, like. So I felt like I did a okay job. I felt like the teens were, kind of on it, but kind of off of it. You know what I'm saying? But like she really assured me, affirmed me, like just let me know like they really enjoyed it just by watching them watch me and seeing them engage and stuff like that. She like they really enjoyed it, and just let me know that I did a good job because she sat in there with me when I did it, and she's like I did a good job and just made me feel good about it. And I don't know, I'm doing it again soon.
Next couple of days.
Yeah.
And I won't be there this time. It's like, nah, I don't know. But, yeah.
But yeah, so I think affirmations are very good for both of us. So yeah, like you said, it's good to hear it. Also, it's good to like I can affirm her by just like doing something good for her, like rubbing her feet. Like I haven't done that in a while ago, but like just rubbing her feet.
You say you haven't done it in a while?
Rubbing her feet.
I'm so glad that you noticed that.
Getting her nails done, getting her manicures, and which one is the hands? The manicures?
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes.
That's good. Getting the manicures done. So like affirming her in that way too, like just letting her know I care about her appearance. Her hair, I didn't do that one though. Praise God.
By do, you mean pay for it?
I didn't pay for it yet. But yeah, and like just doing nice things for her and vice versa. So lets me know that she cares. I know on our anniversary that we both got each other. We get each other something and we write letters, to each other. I'm just affirming one another. And another thing that I love that she does that helps me out. So in our room, in our bathroom, she writes notes on the mirror with her lipstick stuff. I don't know what she uses, but she writes it on the mirror for both of us. And like this side to be for me and this side to be for her. It affirms both of us. Like I am letting me know that I am a child of God, letting her know that she is business oriented, that her stuff is gonna thrive, and so just affirming me in like so many ways, letting me know, leaving me good notes about myself, positive notes around the house. There's one on the door also. Just affirming, letting us know that we are children of Christ and that what He has for us is for us. And all we have to do is just believe it. And so she just reminds it, puts it in my mind every day.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Yeah, so affirmation, just making sure that we are both affirming one another, that we feel appreciated in our marriage, that we feel just loved, valued, accepted, and things like that. It's so easy to like point out the negative things or to complain about what's not going well, what's not going right, what somebody could have done differently or better. And we have to be mindful to just take a pause and like just point out the victories, point out the strengths, point out like what is going well, what's working with each other. And so we I think I mentioned this before, but regularly like we will do a check-in where we just like, okay, how can I support you, how can I better assist you, like what is it that you need from me, and we just do that. So like anytime we feel like we need to check in, like it comes like maybe like we haven't like put a date on it or anything, but it's like almost every month, every other month or something like that. We're like, okay, so just like really when you think about it, just like on a job or in a corporate world, like you have a what's it called, like a an annual review or a semi-annual review or something like that, or a quarterly review, depending on, you know, like your company's practice. But just having a quarterly review, like, okay, these are your strengths, like these are your goals. So like we just kind of adapted that into our marriage, and it's been working really. And then lastly, faith, which we kind of talked about up in this mix as well, but just to highlight some things that I've learned about faith. Like we've just grown a lot spiritually over this last year. Just in our walk with God, in our spiritual practices, as far as like reading devotionally, studying, praying together, things like that. We just talked about the other day, which we actually just, well, I got a confession. I meant to tell you this. Was that last night? What's today, Thursday? Yeah. They're like, what? So, okay, cause, so, wait, so on Monday, so today's Thursday, on Monday, we had said, or Sunday, whatever, I don't know, but we were like, you know what, we haven't fasted in a while, like it's time to fast. So we had decided that on Wednesday, we were gonna start a fast. So we didn't say anything else about it. It was just like not in my mind. So yesterday I didn't fast, kind of, sort of, cause like I didn't eat, but well, I ate a bowl of grits, a half a bowl of grits, like, and I did because so like. It was about 2-3 o'clock. I don't know, but I know I wasn't feeling well, so I'm like, okay, like let me eat something. Like I had this dumb migraine. I was like super weak and shaky, and just I was just not good yesterday. Like I was feeling so sick, and so I was like, well, maybe it's because I haven't eaten something. Let me eat. So I ate a little half a bowl of grits, and drank some juice. I think I had some candy. Like, did I eat the candy? Yeah, well, I ate the candy on the way to church. so
a whole field day.
so like I promise you, I was not thinking about a fast. Like I just, and so last night when we were like going to bed, last night in prayer we were praying. He was leading. He was praying. And then, man. Hold on. And he said, you were like, he was like, thank you, God. Like, he was just saying something like, and then during this time of fast, you know, he was like, thank you for like strengthening us today, helping us get through this fast, and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh, like, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we gotta reset to that over. So yeah.
Yesterday was Wednesday. What's this? Yeah.
Yes.
Yesterday was Wednesday. Man, that fast tore my butt up, y'all. I won't lie. Y'all don't know the amount of temptations I had, because I had to work during the whole fast. I was from 7 to 7. And I had literally every temptation ever in the world.
Ever.
It was crazy because like my kid, I work with kids, and so like they get food. We have to eat with the kids all day. But when I tell you the amount of candy that I saw yesterday, y'all, and it was, you know, when you don't eat, every smell hits your nose different. I'm talking about like each one of my kids got a big bag of gummy worms, and they were eating it in front of me. And I was sitting by this kid, and he was eating it in my face, unknowingly. And I was like, that smells real good, bro. And he almost forced me to take one, and I almost took it, y'all. I was like, no. But y'all, I felt so bad. Like so I got to church yesterday, and imagine I hadn't ate or drunk anything all day. And I got to work. I got to church at 8 o'clock, and I fell asleep. and I woke up at like 9. And I woke up, I felt like I looked like a zombie. Like I had to sit in the car and just collect myself. I'm like, man, I know I look like a mess right now.
Because like we said a minute ago, when you just wake up, you just gotta give them time.
Yeah, so I was sitting in the car just looking at people eating, going to the park. I'm like, I miss church, all of that. So I was like, I got out the car. I went straight to Shavina because I'm like, I gotta be looking a mess. So I like, if I go to her, maybe she'll tell me like, babe, you look a mess. Like, but she didn't. And I made it through the night, and I got something to eat, so it was good. Unlike some people,
I didn't know.
Enjoyed their
day. I didn't know. I won't say I enjoyed my day. I didn't feel good. I was sick, so. Yeah. But
we'll do it again.
Yeah. I gotta put a reminder in my phone or something because that was like over my head. But so again, recap: faith. Just learned that we've grown spiritually.
Yes.
And we are still growing, maturing in some areas. Just with being like disciplined and like studying more, like not just reading devotionally. Because we do that every day, but like diving deep. I'm a student at heart, like, so just and then just knowing like our call, like just being on top of studying and going deeper in the word and things like that. So we need to get back to studying deeply together and separately, and tithing. And what else? Yep, that's it.
Like praying more together. Which it's not to say that we don't do these things, but you know,
because we do every day.
You can always be better and do better, like in every area.
Yup.
But yeah.
Okay. So those are the 12 things that we've learned in these last 12 months of marriage.
Let's go over the list again. Let's just remind. We ain't got to say it.
Go ahead.
So number 1 was communication. Number 2 was intimacy, friendships, quality time, alone time and space, family. That's what we just did. Now was for better or for worse. Finances, differences, fears, affirmations, and last of all was faith. So,
yep.
Please go watch the videos from before. Watch the last one, part 1. This is obviously part 2. Watch the last one, like and share this video. Comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
And leave feedback. Seriously, It would be helpful if you guys gave feedback about what you like to see more of, and things like that. So be on the lookout for our next video. All right, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.